Welcome back to So Bad It's Good. Today, it's another one of those where I'm looking forward to it because I just get to catch up with somebody that I really like that I have not spoken to. And she just informed me it's been like 2 years, but that's how messed up it is. I would have believed her if she said it was like 2 months ago. Because I'm like, oh yeah, we did all these housewives scenes last time she was on. And I see her content, but like, you guys, I'm just a mess. Like, I just even went to like DM her and I couldn't find her thing because I was like, where's Bonjour Bitches blog? And I didn't realize she had changed her name. And then I see all these DMs she had DM'd me. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm just a flipping mess, but enough about me. You guys know that. Her account used to be Bonjour Bitches blog. She is a digital creator, a content creator, but it's PKAV, ITS PKAV. Priscilla Kavanaugh, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, and congratulations on all your success.
I mean, if this is what success feels like, it's horrible. Like, it is just, there's nothing. I don't know. I mean, I just constantly feel like I'm doing something bad all the time. I'm letting somebody down all the time. I mean, it is, I'm full of neuroses, even more so than when I was just an average loser. And now I'm a loser with the podcast.
You're on your way to being the Regis Philbin of podcasting.
By the way, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I know that might sound silly to some people, but I'd love to be the Regis Philbin. But I love Regis Philbin.
I mean, I think you already, if you count the hours, you probably already are. That's what I mean. He's got the most hours on TV. Right? I don't think anyone has unseated that.
He was very excited, like I am. Like, how are you doing, Priscilla? What's going on with you? I see that you're doing fun little videos on your Instagrams. We're just going to catch up, you guys. We'll talk housewives. We'll talk a lot of stuff, but I want to know, I guess, what have these last 2 years been like for you? I will say, listen, I started off with a bunch of like Instagram creators that really like kind of leaned into Bravo, but I feel like you've really surpassed that or branched out. When I see your stuff, it's more, you have like the mother aspect of it, the 30 something aspect of it. I mean, was that on purpose?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, in one sense, because my Bravo content was so unpopular.
Is that true? Is that true? By the way, I don't know what's. I don't like. Listen, I like sometimes I'll be good, and then sometimes like I'm like, well, I thought this was funny, but I guess it isn't, and then I'm like, I don't know if I can blame the algorithm, or sometimes I'm just not fun. Like, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah. But then when you think too much about it, you're like, oh my God, this is insane.
Yeah, you can't. And you actually caught me after bleeding thousands of followers since changing my name. So
wait,
thanks for inviting me. I needed a win.
Wait. Did you just change your Bonjour Bitches blog?
About a month ago.
And you lost thousands of followers because you're like, you know what? I don't want somebody with it's PKAV. I want Bonjour. I want something with bitches in the title.
I don't want to be associated with a real person.
Yeah, I want to be associated with like a dirty word too.
Right. Well, I don't want to be associated with a non-existent blog. So yeah, I changed my name.
Yeah, by the way, just to clear up rumors, was there ever an actual blog for Bonjour Bitches?
Yes, there were like 6 or 8 witty, very, in my opinion, funny, but again, wildly unpopular posts. I initially started it as like a writing portfolio because I was like, I'm going to be a entertainment writer of some sort, but
you kind of are now.
I mean, I just like to keep my finger on the pulse of whatever's going on. Ride the waves.
Wait, will you let me know what's going on?
Oh,
let us know what's going on right now. What is percolating in your head in terms of possible content ideas? And to also go back, you said your Bravo content, you didn't think was strong, but you're cut. Wait, sorry. My TV just exploded. Oh. 1 sec. Let me, sorry, guys. Ryan, edit this out.
Oh, you edit now?
Shut up. How dare you? Wait 1 sec. Okay. I mean, I edit lightly. Okay. What is percolating around there? And do you still watch Bravo?
I do still watch Bravo. I have kept up with all the Housewives franchises, which took me a while to get back on the wagon. And I feel like I stay in the universe because I follow so many people that keep up with it. So, like, I don't need to watch week to week to be tuned in.
I know we do. I literally do feel like I rewatch an episode if I do go online, you know?
Yeah. And there's a lot more action on social media as well. So with like the Bravo celebrities themselves, it's fun. So
I mean, but when we started off a couple of years ago, I mean, has your perspective changed? Like, I used to be excited if like a Bravo leb followed me, or I mean, and that's kind of weirdly worn off in a way. Is it like that for you too? And also, you now have broadened so far out that I would imagine you're dealing with like other celebrities and kind of big influencers and stuff.
Kind of some cool follows. Yeah, I think it does wear off when it's reality players, because sometimes like there's an angle, I feel like, with a lot of accounts, not necessarily me, but like they definitely leverage exposure.
I'd love for you to buy a 6-pack of Trop Hop if I continue to DM you. Yeah.
Well, and they're like strategic in who they tell what, because they know who spills.
Well, see, but see, you're in it so much deeper than I'm in it. I would say I get to around like 30% of my DMs, like, and it just intensifies in my head at all times. But like, I've talked to people that are like truly in it, that like, I've talked to somebody that got wasted and admitted that they DM with Lisa Rinna and plot against other people. No. And yeah. Like she truly does weird shit like that, where she will get, try to win favor with certain accounts. And you can always kind of tell, guys, if you pay attention. But I was like, that's crazy. I've never had anything even close to that. I mean, Amanda Batula was mad at me for like 1 second, I think. And Sheena Shea was mad at me for 1 second as well. But other than that, there's never like nobody's spilling tea with me. Or if they are, I didn't open the DMs.
You should probably dig. Maybe have some old tea.
I know. Yeah. Wait. Oh my God. Jax is cheating again. Yeah. Well, I mean, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, are you in tea spilling territory? Are you getting a lot of rumors?
I thought I was for a second when Dorinda told me that she was coming back in a year, which would have been about a year ago. And I
wait. Dorinda, I need the story. Dorinda slid into your DMs.
Well, I think
you slide into her DMs?
I had fangirled something in my stories.
Sure.
And then she responded and I was like, we love you or something. And she was like, I'm coming back after a year. And I was like, the trust this woman has in me. I was like, I will take this to the grave. So if
you're like, I have IBS. I want to tell you something. I want to tell you a secret that I have. Yeah.
I actually did have another interaction with her.
What was it? Wait, and by the way, was she drinking? Well, yeah, because I'm like, that's sometimes depending on when they DM you, I always wonder, like, have they been drinking, or like, is it weird, and especially if they're like loose-lipped like that, or even making up things, that would potentially lead me to think somebody's had a drink.
Well, this one was, so a while back when Dorinda's like crochet sequin pants came out, I like made fun of her and we had like a little banter about it. And then
was it banter, or was it her going like, F you, these are beautiful?
No, she reposted my meme saying that said if pants were 2020. And I guess she was tickled by it. And so just recently we were at TJ Maxx. Well, not me and Dorinda. I was at TJ Maxx with myself.
You know who else loves TJ Maxx? Miss Erica Jane. Miss Erica Jane loves a TJ. She got on the Daily Mail. She was in TJ Maxx a couple of times. She's a Maxxinista, and she's a criminal. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
No. Okay. So you said you like her, and she reposted you, Dorinda.
She reposted my like dragging her playfully about the pants, and then recently I was in TJ Maxx and I found a caftan, or muumuu, if you will, that was partially that crochet pattern. And I was like, ooh, Dorinda, should I? And she was like, do it. And then,
wow, you guys share TJ Maxx like buys?
Yeah. And she was like, she was like, I want that. And I was like, go to your TJ Maxx. And she damn.
No, she's like, I want you to buy it for me.
She goes, give me yours. And I responded, I was like, I'll trade you for the whatever the brand was, because those pants are like thousands of dollars and they're actually fabulous. And then she never responded. And I
would say I'll bring him to you at Bluestone Manor.
Right? Yes. TJ Maxx delivers to some people. I would have. But from what it seemed, she was at the pool with some friends, and I have a feeling there had been some cocktails. She just demanded I give her
they're friendlier. Yeah, because you can then somebody will respond to you in TJ Maxx when they've been drinking a cup. You're like, yeah, it's so much fun. A listener once sent me a bottle of Vicki Gunvalson's perfume that was from TJ Maxx.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it was like probably the only bottle ever made, right?
Yeah, it was Vicki, and I was like, who's out there? I dig Vicki Gunvalson, but I was never like, who's this? What kind of lady is this for? Like, what is this?
Right.
Who's like, I love that lady. I'd love to smell like that lady, That's
the thing. That's what I want to know is like, how far does the fame really get for these people? Because I remember John Mulaney on SNL was like, if you don't know who I am, I'm really important to a very small group of people. And that's what I feel like Bravo celebrities are. They're not A-listers.
No.
So
it exists completely aside from that.
It's a separate world. And it's like, what is the money actually like? Who are the licensors coming to them being like, people want your smell, Vicki? Like,
yeah, the world is demanding the Gunvalson smell, a Gunvalson signature. Musk. And, if this goes well, we'll branch out into men. We'll branch. I mean, by the way, I feel like truly I'll wear the Vicki Gunvalson perfume as a man. And I think it works for both men and women.
Okay. It's a unisex odor.
Yeah, I think it's unisex. Scent. I mean, I have it in my bathroom right next to my Chloe and Lamar Unbreakable perfume.
Oh my God, I forgot about that too.
What a horrible title once you truly are broken up, it's like we released Unbreakable together, And also, who names a perfume Unbreakable? Like what? I don't even know how that would you could even get scent from Unbreakable. It's true. I mean, but if somebody went to you today as a content creator and said, hey, we really think we can push a Priscilla scent. We're going to have to use Bonjour Bitches blog because the It's PCAP thing isn't working out. We don't want to. But
as I well know.
Where are you at in terms of what would you do and not do for money on your account? Because I noticed I finally got out of some shadow ban hell where I wasn't even allowed to make reels or, because I didn't even realize all you MFers were getting paid for reels.
Some people, yeah.
Well, I mean, and by the way, when I say pay, it's not that much, you guys, but you get access to this thing where you can make some money. You can make a couple bucks every month on making reels.
Yeah.
And that's why you see all these people making reels now, because they're trying to get content creators to make reels to compete with TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok pays as well.
Wait, do they?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's open to everyone. And
no,
it really,
I don't think I have enough. I can't. I go in waves. Like I try to, and then I get not discouraged, but I'm like, this is dumb. Like I don't know. It's really hard for me to. But you're doing that too, because you had one blow up where you were
Elizabeth Holmes.
Elizabeth Holmes, yeah.
That was very fun. And that was very unexpected. The TikTok, I either get 200 views or 2 million. It's like,
yeah, I mean, there doesn't seem to be a lot of rhyme or reason, or at least I don't know. I haven't studied it enough, but sometimes I'll just sit there in bed watching TikToks. That I actually sometimes enjoy, but I enjoy it too much where I'm like, this is such a time suck.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you actually are somebody. I mean, you have 58,000 followers. People do know who you are, even without the name change. But it is kind of like a Bravo celebrity in that it's a very specific type of. No, I mean, seriously,
yeah.
People will, people know you. People a certain select group of people would know me, or some friends from my old life will be like, yeah, they see that you follow me and they're like, oh, the So Bad It's Good guy. Like, and that like blows me away. Do you like that? Or is it just kind of like, eh?
Yeah, no, I think it's fun. It's kind of like shows how small the world is, when these sort of paths cross. I to go back to what you were saying, what would I do for money on my page? A lot.
Yeah. By the way, she's not here we actually do want to announce there's an It's PCAB OnlyFans launching tomorrow.
It's all eye stuff. Do you think you've got the foot market cornered?
Yeah.
Do you think there's a market for eye stuff? I have nice eyes.
Yeah. What kind of, can you guarantee the people that you're not using filters and these are actually your real eyes?
Yeah.
Because I don't think people want to be, people just seem to be we're lied to so much these days that if you can say these are unedited pictures of my eyes, then I think there's like a real market for that. But other than that, if I find out these are like digital, these are messed with, or I see a different tint to the eye, I would be livid.
No, these are all natural. These are totally mine. I don't know. I just think I have thought about it.
Just eye stuff.
Just
okay.
eye stuff.
No, but like, I do wonder that of like, as you get more into it and you spend so much time doing this as I do as well, is that you're like, wow, what are the opportunities to make money off of this? What are like because you're like, I put work into this like I do a career,
Yeah. Yeah. And well, there are tons of opportunities. I just haven't tapped into them and I'm a little insecure about it because I don't have a thing. And like, I used to be mostly Bravo and then I'm just sort of like myself, which in some ways is really empowering when things do well and when I grow. But like, I look at people who just have a really strong tone and like consistency in what they put out. I think you have a really strong voice. I think like Haters, Over the Moon and Far Away.
Oh, like, Haters, man. Like I was looking, he bought a house. Yeah, guys, Hayderz. He's been on the show before, but he flipping posted a thing of like, I bought a house. And I was like, oh my God, like I rent a room, like, what are you talking? Like I bought a house. The guy had, then I went like 347,000 followers and like, just it kind of exploded.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I look at his content. I'm like, I don't think I can do this. Like, I don't think I can make little funny memes, but I still get uncomfortable showing my face on Instagram,
Yeah. And like, I just think there's certain people that just have such a style that's their signature. And I love that. I'm so happy for them and sad for myself.
No, but I disagree with you in the sense that I feel like you do have it. That's what I was talking about of like, when I do get to see your stuff, I've noticed like, oh, wow, I almost thought wow, she graduated. She moved past Bravo and she is now on to the open market of life, of like finding the humorous things about life or motherhood or things that we can all relate to. And to me, that is so much more powerful because I always think of like, as much as I want Bravo to continue forever, even especially after this week with the Diana Jenkins, Garcelle, all that stuff, I wonder, what is the shelf life for all of this? Do you ever wonder that?
I do. And it's tough because they do continually like deliver. But it definitely has changed over the years as far as playing it safe versus getting down and dirty and keeping it in the show versus the insane breakage of the fourth wall and spillage into social media where you're not only keeping up with the shows, but with this entire universe.
We're hiring
4-dimensional.
They would want us to believe like bots are getting hired now. Like what, I get scared. I'm like, does Lisa have access to a nuclear weapon? Like I get nervous because we're now, if we're like, I thought Housewives started as almost like a docu-series kind of thing that had a lot of humorous elements. And now I feel like we've moved into Survivor and it's like a game. And part of the game is social media. So you watch the show itself and then you have to watch all of them react to the show and fight against each other. And I don't know, like, I'm like, is somebody going to die? Is that where we're headed?
People have.
Wait, who?
What was Taylor's husband?
Oh, Russell. Yeah,
Yeah.
Russell. No, but I mean, one of the main ladies.
But yeah, I mean,
I feel like if we're hiring bots and we're saying like racist things to Garcelle's 14-year-old son, we're obviously we don't really have a lot of scruples.
no. And well, my thing is like these women, like not just women too, but all of these people, like, are we going to be with Craig when he's 60? Like watching him, like what pillows, like make like arthritis pillows? I don't know.
I'm telling you, he is counting on that. Like I'd say I always talk about it in terms of the Bachelor franchise, because it's like those numbnuts, they're all fighting over the same stupid like green tea or like tummy tea sponsorships. And it's like, there's only so much tummy tea to go around. There's only so many 3-pronged curling irons that I can see women selling. And I wonder, I'm like, guys, most of these products, like, I don't like, they're kind of shitty. Like you guys realize you're not selling real stuff. And even though I make fun of Nick Viall all the time, I'm like, at least he has a podcast, but the rest of you guys, like, eventually this bubble, this Bachelor bubble has to burst. Yeah. And we're going to have to, it's us, the audience, we're going to have to care for these fuckers the rest of our lives. I mean, truly, we are going to have to care for them. They will reach out to us. They will try to get us with a Patreon. They will try to do like a super follow on Twitter, all this stuff.
You're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. We are subsidizing their retirements.
Yeah. I mean, like, honestly, like nobody's going to tell me that like Trop Hop is like amazing. And that's a real, like, I don't, well, actually, since we're jumping around everywhere, do you watch Southern Charm?
I have watched Southern Charm. I'm not current.
I had better that way.
If you want to talk about the other side of social media, I had a thing with Craig.
Wait, what do you mean a thing?
I talked about this on Bravo and Blaze. Craig and I are like unspoken enemies.
He blocked me. Like
I'm blocked as well.
Yeah. What did he block you for?
So when COVID happened, I
gave him COVID.
When shit goes down, I'm someone who like needs to do something. I can't like sit there and just worry. Like I have to put my energy into something. And I went into trying to procure PPE and get masks from overseas, because I used to work in fashion. I have like contacts over there. And started like encouraging people and spreading awareness about mask making, because people were making their own. And it was like, if this got big, it could relieve some of the, PPE shortage. Yeah. And so, and I admit in front of the world that I went a little nuts, but I hit up Craig from all angles because I thought he had access to materials. He had the perfect audience to teach,
because he makes pillows.
DIY. Yeah. To teach DIY stuff too. He could teach a no-sew mask. His audience was perfect. He could have mobilized a bunch of people. So I hit him up on Facebook. I DM'd his dad. I DM'd the cast.
You DM'd his dad?
Yeah. Well, I was
Mr.
just like,
Conover,
hey.
It's imperative I contact your son. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, hey, like, I think this would be great for, Craig to do. And it got like, and so he would go on lives, as we all remember, and like party.
Oh yeah, with
just,
Austin.
Yeah. So I was like shouting him out on social media, like, can you do this? Can you do this? And got on his live one night, and a couple of us got in, and they were like, make masks. And he like shut it down, and I burst into tears.
Wait. Were you on his live? Like he accepted
commenting.
you?
No,
okay.
Commenting. We were like,
okay. I was like, you burst
masks?
into tears in real life, or did he watch you burst into tears?
No, he facilitated it unknowingly. And to be fair, I was really, really stressed. I was living with like an 18-month-old in a shoebox apartment, and my husband in Manhattan. Like we were in a car, like you couldn't really go outside at the time. It was a crazy time, and I was overstressed and undertired or underslept and like whatever. I was stressed. And, and I just thought he could do some good and like get one over on Shep and be like, oh, what did you do during the pandemic? I made masks for people, like.
Wait, how did he shut it down? Was he like, that's a stupid fucking idea. Like, get out of my live.
We looked into it. It's not that easy. You can't just make PPE. And it's like, but you can, first of all. And it was just like, fine. Like, you're not gonna do anything.
My mom started like doing the making masks thing, which was like awesome, but she made it like burlap sacks. Like this thing truly would suffocate you if you had like kept it on over. Like, I mean, we're talking thick material, and she would give them like, I mean, it was so sweet because you give everybody masks, but they were just so heavy. Like it just the material, like I guess like nothing's literally going to come through here. Not
well,
COVID,
I was going to say
not
they're
air,
very effective.
Yeah. A lot of people died wearing them, not COVID, just like strangulation. Yeah. That's great. So when you cry because of Craig, do you put a crying emoji? So he knows.
I got off the live. I just got off the live and was like, fuck this. And I gave up and left him alone.
Did he ever block you?
I believe he blocked me, and I'm not sure if Sewing Down South did. And then a couple days later.
Why would Sewing
I hit them up too.
But it got to a point where they blocked you?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. Maybe I blocked them and I just didn't want to see. I don't know. But I mean, this was years ago. But a couple days after the live, Shep posted a pillow that said "Bonjour, bitches," and I thought it was really weird. And it was, again, I was stressed enough to be like, is this about me?
Shep's giving me a sign. But my Bravo conspiracies are so much better than like QAnon conspiracies to me. I'm like, that's the kind of stuff I'd rather put my time and energy into believing, is that Shep made a pillow to signal you.
Well, I know he didn't make it. I think he found a picture of it, or someone sent him a picture. Oh, because I think it had a dog on it that was like his dog. And it was like, your move, Craig, or something. And I was like, this is close enough to home that like it feels really weird. And like I felt very uncomfortable, and I just like forgot the whole thing, like just moved on from the whole thing.
Has there ever been like, what is the most I mean, it might have been during it, but what is the most exciting interaction with anybody that you've had on your platform thus far? Like something of like, oh my God. I mean, you might feel like a geek a day later, but like in the moment you're like, I'm doing something. I made it, So I have a merch shop. It's called Feminist Cringe. And I sell like, which by the way, you can find that on her. I'm going to put all the Instagram information on there, but you in her bio, you can click that if you want to go shop there, which I recommend.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And one day I noticed that Katherine Heigl followed me, and I was like, whoa, that's really cool. Yeah. She follows some of my friends. She must have seen my stuff through there. And then like the next day, or maybe a week later, I thought I was getting botted. Like I was like just blowing up with followers. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to start this whole thing over. Like, I don't know what's going on. And she had given me the sweetest shout out on her feed to the store. It was incredible. I got like 5,000 followers. And she, I was like, once I hadn't even launched the shop yet. And once I did, I was like, I really would like just love to thank you. Like, let me send you something. And she bought 5 sweatshirts herself.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, and then I tried to get her to make masks and she blocked me. Wait, does Katherine Heigl still follow you?
Yeah.
See, in my head, I would just be thinking about the day she's going to unfollow me.
Oh yeah. Like that's anytime she pops up as a like, I'm like, oh my God, she's still here.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, Zoe Deschanel follows me, and like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, this has to be a mistake. But I was like, don't say anything. Don't do it. Like, I'm not going to.
Don't touch anything.
DM or like, I'm just like, just let her. I don't want to. And then she's like started liking posts. And it's weird. Like for a second, I was like, it was me and Bravo TV she followed. And then recently she followed Christian Grey Snow. And I was like,
okay.
And I was like, fine, that's okay. As long as it's just the 3 of us. But no, I've never said anything to her. I've never like, but I will say this is how I'm like, should I go listen to a bunch of she and him records that she does just so I can be
anyway.
Well, yeah, but I was just like, I need to be prepared to have an interaction with Zooey Deschanel, not
and
even
say
a
something
podcast.
awesome.
Yeah, but I'll just say something of like, in your third album, I just thought it was a really emotional time when you did that one song during the holidays. Like, I want her to know that I appreciate her as well. And this is why famous people should never follow me, because it puts me two in my head.
Oh, why? Because they might get like some really sweet like nod from you and not like a stalkery thing.
No, because I think they'll eventually realize what I realize, like I'm a loser, and they will realize it. And then that's the fear, is that everybody that follows me will one day unfollow me. And that's so, like, no matter how big we get, I always think of it as the glass half empty.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's just, we're tortured souls.
Yeah. No, I'm sure
people don't realize how tortured
most
we are.
Instagram creators are we are the new artists, but we're just on a digital platform. To go back to Beverly Hills, what is your take? And this is a little more serious, but like I had said with the Garcelle and all that stuff, what is your personal take? Because I was just talking about this in depth on the show yesterday, and how do you feel about it, and what was your process of even learning about this?
I mean, I learned about it on social media. I think Dame Golly tagged me. She made a statement about it and covered it really well. And I didn't even realize, it seems so out of left field. It's such the most random attack. Like, why Jax? Why now? Why this way?
And Jax wasn't that active on his own Instagram.
Right.
And to send everybody that way was very weird. And by the way, I'm saying we do not have proof that it was Diana Jenkins, but it was a Diana Jenkins fan. At least we know that, because Diana's name was brought up in a lot of these bot comments.
Yeah. And it's really, really weird. I think it's very strange when people go after the kids. I remember Portia recently was trolled.
Yeah, what was that for? I was trying to remember, because I was reading Lisa Rinna's thing, and I was like, "What? I remember that, but what was it for?"
I don't know, but it's just disgusting. And like, what are people thinking? These are children. They are 14. They have just even been given the autonomy to run an account. Like, you have to be 13.
Well, I mean, like, would you ever go to a Target and just find a 11-year-old and go, "Hey, stupid, you're a dork"? Like, you wouldn't do that in real life. Somehow when we get behind this keyboard, like even with me, I can be snarkier in a meme, or I can be that, or where in real life, I'm usually really sensitive about things.
Yeah. And I have never been compelled to just go on someone's page anyway and just randomly say something negative. And even if I disagree or whatever. So I would love to meet a few trolls. I was back in my blogging days.
Bonjour Bitches blog, you guys, check it out.
Defunct. I tried to reach out to people. I'm like, hey, if you troll people, I want to talk to you. And I know some people do it to be funny. Some people do it. Some people have burner accounts that they use on their friends, or I don't know. I've also had some scary experiences on this platform that it's real threats happen, real shit happens.
Tell me what you mean. What are you talking about?
So there is a parenting group of accounts. There's several of them, and like you said earlier, I kind of straddle.
Is it like a mafia, like a parenting mafia?
No, just creators who support each other. We kind of came up in the same class, the same way you talked about earlier. And one of the dad creators are very hit or miss. They're either super wonderful and understanding and feminists, or they're misogynists who think they're funny and peaked in high school. And there was a falling out because there was a very misogynistic meme that I felt was directed at my friends, and so I memed it back.
Okay, well, now this is what I love. What was the meme, and what was the meme back? What was this meme? I mean, this is wild when this is East Coast, West Coast rappers firing
Moms
off rap
dads.
lyrics. But they're parents.
They're meme wars, and it's the moms versus the dads. And I don't know, someone posted either to their stories or a meme about like how they don't like it when creators drag their husbands or like troll their own husbands for content. So I put up a meme that was just like, fuck you. It was like, I'll
very clever. I like that.
Yeah, no, it was like I said, I was trying to be a writer. And so, it was definitely like, not direct, but it was obvious. But so a little war broke out and behind the scenes. And months later, I'm telling you, the dust had settled. Months later, 8 of us got potatoes in the mail with Mean Girl quotes on them.
You know what? But like, I do know there's a company that like somebody sent me a potato that said "So Bad It's Good" with Ryan Bailey. And I was like, oh, cool. A potato with the podcast name on it. I was like, psych. I was like, it's so cool. But they say you sent potatoes to a bunch of you guys. And so 8 of you guys bonded together like the kids from It.
Well, we did, but it was chaos because several people don't use their full names. No one's addresses. I mean, it's easy. It wasn't creepy that they found our addresses ultimately because you can find whatever you want anytime. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
But they paid like with a Visa gift card, so it couldn't be traced. They put someone else's name on it. They used like several different names. So at one point we all thought it was each other. And we just like
tearing apart this parenting group.
And ultimately it was like a couple $100 that they spent to like do this. And it was creepy. And it was an invasion of privacy for sure. And like, when I'm telling you, it was so much longer after this whole thing had died down. It was like,
that's why it was creepy.
Weird that, you're still holding on to this and to the point where you're, and like when they ordered
Mean Girl quotes, are you sure that it was to do with that?
Or yes, because of who they were sent to, like the group of people made sense. And they were calling us mean girls. And mine said she doesn't even go here, which I was like, well, I'm not really a mom account.
But that's, wow. That's really deep. But also that you could have that's like one of the best quotes from Mean Girls. So
like I like my quote.
Got a good quote. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a good one. But like also they took steps like to hide their IP address and like just weird.
Wait, you can like hide your IP address and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't know. This is like, I don't know any of this shit. Like, this is wild. Like, there's like full on hackers there that are like meme accounts doing all of this stuff.
Oh yeah. There's scary shit out there.
Was there anybody that didn't get a potato that felt bad? Like, why didn't I get a potato? Like,
probably.
Yeah. Or like, oh, I got one too. And they're like, didn't get a potato. You're like, send me a picture of your potato. I can't, my phone's broken. It's not, I can't take it right now.
Take a hike.
You're out of, you're not picked on by this guy. See, that's cool. So have you had any direct trolls just for you though?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you talk about something barely political or
I know it doesn't have to be much
current events, you get in trouble with whoever. And then sometimes if you don't talk about it, you get people being like, "Why aren't you bringing this up?"
Yeah. Oh my
There's
gosh,
no winning.
There really isn't. And it's like, because you're trying to deal with your own feelings on it, that I really don't even think about representing a larger group because I'm trying to deal with how I feel about it. And sometimes my first reaction to anything is kind of anger, or like, this is stupid. And I have to remember to try to not be reactionary. And Maritza always will try to remind me of like, don't get reactionary. Cause I think I said that like Saturday, I did a Daily Mail article headline of Benifer's wedding, and they put plantation house in quotes. And then in the same headline, they said chowing down on pork chops. And it was the weirdest mishmash of a headline. And it was so manipulative, Daily Mail, to put plantation in there, the plantation house, because Ben Affleck's house was built in 2001. It was a plantation style house. And so I was more making fun of the Daily Mail's headline. And
it's like a mad
Well, yeah, it's like, that thing where you'll like do that, you'll get that off your chest, and then you go live your life, and then you look down at your phone and you see people arguing, not at you, but with each other.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's no, this is not what this is. And then they started coming for me. And then the one lady, because I was just like, hey, please unfollow me if you, and then that lady was like, got in my DMs. It was like, how dare you not stand up for me? And I was like, well, I don't even know you. Like, I don't, and that, it made me so sad. Cause I was like, can't we all agree that the Daily Mail's stupid,
At the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I feel like people probably specific to you, like think they know you really well because you share so much and your voice and you're talking about yourself a lot. So people probably really feel a deeper connection to you than say a memer.
You think so? Because I was thinking about this I was even thinking about it in terms of you, is that I would feel like people would think that they're super close to you because you open it up to motherhood and things like that, where it's like, I on the podcast, I'll open up a lot, but on my meet, like sometimes I feel like, man, are you just going to do this snarky shit for the rest? Like, are you actually giving people anything of value, any information at all?
Yes. Well, information, I don't know. Entertainment, yes.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. Like there's other accounts that'll break down information and all that stuff. And I'm like, thank God you're doing it, because I would not have the patience or the attention span for it.
I don't know how Kiki is not like next with an IV of exhaustion, because she covers
there's another one.
All.
There's another one that completely rebranded. From when I remember Kiki, she was doing like kind of snarky Bravo memes, and she really made a point of switching everything and being a news source. And, especially during the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial, she blew up.
She blew up, yeah.
But now, I mean, I talked to her I was at that Schwartz and Sandy's party with her, and we were talking about that, of just like, that is so much pressure though, because you always have to be on top of it, or, you're getting alerts and you're like, I got to make something really quick. Luckily, she doesn't have to put a humorous angle on it anymore. She has to report information, which is also really hard, but at least you're not trying to do that puzzle of what you find funny.
Yeah. But she was always like, really interesting. I remember when she was just starting out, and she was the one who realized that Bravo had pulled some Southern Charm.
Oh, scenes
or episodes, because they had slavery references in them. And I was like, this girl's important. She's finding stuff.
Yeah, she's finding stuff. She's
finding stuff. It was really cool. It was like so well done, and I was like, she's gonna get a show. So Kiki, if you're listening, aside from all your hard work, I manifested this.
Yeah. By the way, and I will sue you for my piece as well.
That's right. I get 75%.
Yeah. No, I also, because the first time I talked to her on the podcast, I said, and this was just purely coming from a commercial, used to audition for commercials a lot. I was like, you're made for TV, and you have such a great look. I mean, you just remember her look so much. And that's even aside from any of the talent, is that it's like, oh, that's so easily marketable. But if you talk to Kiki, you guys, I know she struggles, busts her ass, all of this stuff, has doubts, all the stuff that we all do. Even when it's going good, it's never going as good as you want. There's no safety here. Like you're saying, like, I don't ever go to bed at night feeling like I've earned a week off. Like it's always the next morning, seeing who's angry, seeing what you didn't do. It's weird.
Yeah, it really is weird. We're like comedians in that we're like the, dark behind the laughs, but more pathetic.
Yeah, because we don't. Yeah, because we
won't
really
stand
don't
up
get paid,
and
and we don't. We'd rather just hide behind our phones instead of going out in the real world.
And then I'm like, I make memes. Why aren't opportunities coming to me?
Where's the Lauren Michaels of like discovering people online, or what would the SNL be? Yeah.
It's gonna happen for somebody.
But to go back to the Beverly Hills thing though, you're like, no. And I love going everywhere. What are your thoughts about something like this? And what are your opinions this season in terms of like the Diana, the Rinna, the Erica, where do you stand on all of those guys?
I find Erica to be so unentertaining. I think she is trying so hard to steal every conversation or spotlight or moment and make it a moment or a conflict for herself. And it usually comes off as nonsensical. Like they'll be talking about dinner and she'll be like, well, you weren't talking about steak when I was going through my divorce or some shit. Like just some like, random,
or like,
what is this?
You know how much dick I got today? I got so much dick. Like she'll just bring it, like it makes no rhyme or reason. And so she's such an unsympathetic, unreliable narrator that you can never go in. You're like, it reminds me of like a drunk aunt in a corner now.
Yes. And then holding court, like with all her assistants and her creative director for what, I don't know. And it's just like, it's just bizarre. I think the Erica story is the most bizarre we've seen on Bravo, perhaps.
Yeah, but do you ever think that we're not even seeing the tip of the iceberg in terms of that actual story?
Oh, absolutely.
I always sit there and go like, we're seeing this. Imagine the real story behind it. Like, I mean, you were talking about her assistants, like the Mikey and the Leia and all these people. Like, you guys, we all have like kind of real jobs and all that stuff. Remember, like you would, even if you liked your job, there would be things that you hated about your job. And you would go home and you would either bitch to the mirror or bitch to your loved one or whatever. Like, I want that Leia girl, I want to see them crumble when they get home of like, I just can't do it. I'm not even getting paid anymore,
I would read Mikey's book if it was a tell-all. If he had a falling out with Erica Jane, I would read it.
See, but that's the stuff I would like. Wouldn't it be so gripping to have a scene where Mikey and Erica do fight?
Absolutely. Anything to humanize. I mean, the whole thing is so
humanize. She's not, there's no human there anymore,
No, and there really never was. And it's not working more than ever.
Well, but you really do see, like she was like, I'm steely and determined. And like, those are all good qualities, but like you're using them on the wrong things. Like it's all right to say like things were done wrong here, even if you didn't know about them. Like, and everybody always like all her stands will always be like, she can't show sympathy because that can be used against her in the court of law. And I'm like, that's bullshit, because that's first off just not true. But secondly, she has no problem even bringing up this season of like, well, a lot of them were lying. They're liars.
You can go the opposite way.
Yes. Like I'm like saying, if you can't do that, but then not do this, it makes no sense. And at the end of the day, I think it's just, she just doesn't care at all.
Yeah. And showing off her like Cartier ring that's worth like 200 grand and like the earrings that she won't return. And like, it's just this obstinance to comply or like have any shred of compassion. I would be a mess. I would be so sorry, even if she had nothing to do with it. I cannot believe I was tangentially connected to this. Like, oh my God, take it. And I'm going to be steely and determined to like rebuild my life and help these people.
Yes.
Like I'm not even that good of a person. Like, I just think that like
don't you think like that way it would haunt me for the rest of my life? And like, do you imagine like how much play she would get out of saying like, yo, I chose to go down a path and I did love Tom, but I also loved being taken care of. I grew up a poor person. I grew up in like, I had to work at Shakers. My dream was to be a performer. And I got finally to be able to do that because of the things that Tom had done for me. Yeah. And it ended up biting me in the ass, you guys. And I still love performing. I still love all of that. And maybe I went about it in the wrong way, looking out on the other side, seeing that now he had taken from all of these people to make some of my dreams happen. Like if she had just I feel like everybody would kind of be like, that makes sense. I hope you're okay. Exactly.
And I would believe her if she said, I didn't ask questions. I signed whatever. I just, because it would make sense.
Do you follow her on Instagram?
No.
Do you follow Rinna?
Should I?
No. Yeah. You follow Rinna? You're just, by the way, you're like, give me some Rinna lip kits, please.
I do follow you.
I do. It's because Real Moms of Bravo will sometimes post Rinna lip kits that Lisa sent them. And I'm like, Oh man, that means you've had to have conversations. And then even if you hate the product, you have to say you love it and it makes your lips look amazing.
I
You
think you should
know?
get a lip kit.
Oh, I mean, I've definitely given her a lot of publicity. One of my favorite, I remember back in the day, there was a meme where it was just, I was the spokesman for Rena Beauty and it was just my headshot, but then my lips, they're like completely jacked up, like two pillows, you know? Um, what is
You should
in,
lean into it.
how do you go about your creative process? And I don't mean this in a silly way. Like seriously, like do you have a list of ideas that you're constantly working on? Do you have ideas for the future? How do you go about? Because I know people might laugh at home about me saying this, but I do believe there is artistic value in this stuff. You know, or even just working out ideas and jokes and thoughts and what makes this world go around. What is your process?
Yeah, I definitely do. The one thing I will say, the two benefits I think of going down this path have been I'm more like alert to everything because I'm just aware of wanting to make content all the time. So I'm kind of like just a little more paying attention in general. And I have a lot of fun with that. And I've found a great community, like met awesome people, and it feels good to, it's not just like this mindless scrolling. It's like you have found a support system and people that enjoy what you have to say. And I think that's really empowering. And I'm always writing down something, trying out something.
Like what went through your head today? Like what did you see today that inspired you, or you're like, I need to explore that idea a little bit more?
Oh, I wrote something down. Oh, well, I wanted to highlight, and it still hasn't come out yet, that like there's this huge story about like the whistleblower at Twitter.
Yeah, that said that basically our information is not safe at all.
No, not at all. And like it's like a national security threat or some shit. And I go on Twitter and no one is talking about it. It's
Yeah,
just
that is
business
weird.
as usual. It is so bizarre. And so I was trying to think of something about that. The Jeff Goldblum. Have you seen his Prada ad?
No.
Oh my God. I think you'll really like it. I'm
Hi,
gonna
I'm
send it.
Jeff Goldblum. What's going on?
No, it's just essence, is what I will call it. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
And are you going to do something off the Jeff Goldblum?
I want to so badly, and you know how you have to like format everything for real so that it fits, or you can't like. I did a like act natural. Your crush is coming to this thing, and it just like didn't work. So I don't know. It's just like that's. Look up if you're listening to this. Look up the Jeff Goldblum Prada ad. It just lit up my day.
Oh, wow. He's in like a black moo like he's really just inching
Emoting.
towards the screen. The outfit's amazing. By the way, this is exactly who Jeff Goldblum is. I said this a long time ago on the pod, but when like one of my first jobs was like a stand-in, and I was standing in for Timothy Oliphant on this independent film, and I was already nervous because like I was the same height as Timothy Oliphant, but like you know you don't have to look exactly like Timothy Oliphant. But
What
Jeff
show?
Goldblum, I was like some movie. I'll look. It's an independent film. I'll look it up
Cool.
after this,
Yeah.
but. I went, and Jeff Goldblum was one of the actors. And the first day he comes up and he's like shaking people's hands and stuff like that. And like, what's your name? Da, da, da. And he would do this thing where he'd be like, what's your name? I'd be Ryan. He goes, Ryan, 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 Ryan.
He's
And
taking it. He's taking it.
and by the way,
in.
every day he'd be like, Ryan, like he would really, and but he was such a actor. And I've studied theater, but he was in between scenes. He had a copy of Spoon River Anthology, which is a play a lot of college students have to do and work. And he would be sitting there doing like mask work, like cry, like to himself. And he would be like, trying to memorize like a monologue out of Spoon River Anthology. And I remember going, my God. And the other cool thing was that when he introduced himself, he goes, "Oh, hey, and this is Heigl. I teach I teach an acting class, and I like to take one of my students to acting class to set each day to show them the experience. And I'm like, that's amazing. And I was like, this girl, Heigl. And then the next day it was this other girl. And the next day it was this other girl. And they were all beautiful women. Like he never brought, there was never a guy brought to say. And I'm not saying he was like creepy with the women, but I'm saying it was just funny that they were all beautiful women. It was never like, hey, I'm Randy. I'm Jeff's student, you know? Okay. So where also, do you have a little bit more time or do you got to rush?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm chronically available.
You were speaking about feminism and your shop, Feminist Cringe. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I know this is a big question. I know this is potentially silly that you might laugh at, but what is the state of, what is improved for women? And I guess maybe we could even use Bravo as a backdrop. And where are we still so far from any kind of progress for women? I mean, you could use Bravo as a backdrop, but like, have you seen improvements at all in the last couple of years, or are things still very bleak?
I think the improvements could be that conversations are happening more. We're not, people are speaking up, more stories are being told. More groups are being brought to the forefront. I think a lot of work needs to be done within feminism itself to make sure that we're bringing attention to those marginalized groups and not just fighting for equal pay. And, making sure privileged women stay and become more stay privileged and become more, even more so. I think the wheels of change are always slow. And I think although we have had a huge setback recently, the good news is that no one is taking it lying down, and legislators are starting to regret the things that they've voted for.
Yeah, I watched this clip the other day of this dude was like, yo, I wouldn't have voted on this. Had
I known the science.
Yeah, this poor 19-year-old girl had to, like, there was no way that this baby could be saved. And she had to, it was going to risk, it really did risk her health. There was like a 50% chance she would lose her entire uterus. There was like all of this. It was really intense. And he was like, yo, I've stayed up every night worrying about this girl. And I just didn't think everything through like this.
Yeah. And I think thinking things through and doing due diligence is something that's missing from when legislation and, say, medicine overlap. I think that has become extremely clear. And the only, I don't even know if it's a silver lining of the whole overturn, or the whole, is that we're not back to the coat hanger days. At-home abortions are safer than ever, more accessible than ever. We just have to make sure that the information gets out there.
And how do you, I mean, that's the other scary thing, is that I always think, like, how do you make somebody pay attention to the information? That's always right. Like, even, when it comes to even Bravo, which is as silly as that sounds, it's like, I'll try to be like, okay, what's a joke that I can hook people with if I do have something to say? Like, what's a joke? Like, how's a way to actually take anything important where people will actually pay attention to it? And that's the weird thing. But, you were saying, like, people just react now instead of doing due diligence. And I noticed that, especially, within this Bravo community, is that we react immediately. Like, almost, sometimes it's fun. And then sometimes it's like, I mean, we've already, and I'm not a fan of Diana Jenkins, but we've already signed her death warrant. Like, she's already, it's like, you're done. We we don't know if she hired these bots for Garcelle's son. We don't know. And I'm not sticking up for Diana Jenkins. I really think, oh, by the way, did you see that TikTok of the person staying next door to Diana Jenkins' house in Hawaii?
No.
Oh my God. So there, I don't.
Is it in your stories or anything?
No. Somebody had sent me it on TikTok, and it's let me find it. Okay, it's Michelle. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wait, sorry. Okay. Michelle Knutson is the account. I'm going to send you the link. And she has like a bunch of stories from the last day where I guess she has the house in Maui right next to Diana Jenkins, but didn't know it was Diana Jenkins' house. I don't know if she's renting this house or whatever. And she's there for her birthday. And then I guess it's Diana Jenkins' birthday yesterday. And and she was told at this house she could have no music, but then next door, it's supposed to be like a quiet area. They hired a full band for Diana Jenkins' birthday party that had 7 people at the party. So you'll hear what almost seems like Asher singing.
It is him.
And
yeah, she says it is him, I think.
It was. And she was just saying how crazy this is. But just so you know, guys, Diana isn't, Diana isn't freaked out. She was celebrating.
She's fine.
I mean, at the end of the day, Diana doesn't truly care what any of us think. So we can rage all we want. But I mean, the important thing would be to actually find out, try to trace this IP or these bots or do, maybe Diana will send us all potatoes in the mail.
Maybe it was her this whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can be tough to watch.
But I'm watching it in this meta way where like she is tough to watch, and that's why I like to watch her, because it's like it's hysterical. And she really thinks she's doing something. So she'll be like, I don't know what you guys are doing. And then she'll be like, she thinks she's the lead of the scene. And I'm like, it's like Peter Madrigal from Vanderpump Rules. Like I saw one time that he thought he was a lead in the show. He doesn't watch the show, but he thought he was a lead. And that sticks in my head all the time of like, oh, Peter. Oh, bless Peter, please. Wait, are you still a Vanderpump Rules fan?
Ish. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What's your favorite show on Bravo?
I think historically Rhony, Potomac always delivers.
I mean, Potomac truly does always deliver, but remember, that's still a new, this will be like the 7th season this season?
6 or 7, yeah.
6 or 7, yeah. I mean, which is still relatively new compared to the other franchises, but the last 3 seasons especially, they've killed it. Like, I mean, talk about, that's why you got to give these shows time to build. Like Dubai can't even come out of the gate. Like you're like, I don't watch Dubai, but you can't cancel it. You got to give it time to grow.
Yeah. That's why DC, it's like, wish we could revisit. Or maybe not revisit, but January 6th.
I thought you meant DC, the comic books. I was like, Superman and Batman. I was like, yeah, you're right. Marvel's crazy. Yeah, like you're right. Marvel's up there. We need to revisit. We don't give up on DC. Oh my God. Could you imagine if they did Real Housewives of DC now and then to bring in like insurrection and like how people felt about it and stuff? Because there would be people that had been there on January 6th.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think any one season is fair for any franchise, no matter how abysmal the first one is.
I mean, do you feel the same way about Housewives though? Because lately I've changed my mind of like, I think people need to be signed to 2-year contracts, regardless if we hate them or not, because you just can't really get a good grasp on somebody in one season. Like I don't like Diana, but I'm still kind of like, I want to see where this Asher kid goes. And I want to see where, I want to see if she opens up at all. And if we get to uncover the mystery of her past at all more. Yeah,
I think that's fair. With like a clause that's like, if you do something like super duper terrible, you're out. Yeah. But yeah, they need to get comfortable. Like they're always a little bit thirsty and need to sort of find their way. So yeah, I would be in support of that.
So Vanderpump Rules is ish, but did you pay attention to Sheena Shea or Sheena Honey Marie or whatever we're calling Sheena? Did you pay attention to her wedding at all this past week?
I knew it happened. Someone said something about how she must have gotten a discount since it was on a Tuesday.
Dude, it's like she is committed to a deep discount. Like to make people go to Cancun or wherever it was to fly out for a destination wedding on a Tuesday. Like, so you're telling me I have to take off 2 days of work, Monday, Tuesday, and potentially Wednesday to get back home.
Too,
just for that wedding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Did you see the picture of Jax was there? And then I think it was like Best of Bravo. He posted a picture of his son, little baby Couchy. and the son was like peeing on the hotel bed.
Oh, ugh.
He took it off now. Like, I don't know if he realized the kid was peeing, but he was fully peeing on the bed. And he was like, this little guy won't go down. And I'm like, yeah, neither will his urine.
I have to say, I was super tickled by the Jack's and Kevin's Natural Foods.
Oh yeah, you
snafu?
guys. So I think we talked about this on the show, but like Jack's is now doing free ads for companies that didn't hire him in hope. Like, I think what are the hopes that like,
he
wow,
tagged
this
them
guy's
as a
doing
paid
good.
partner. He tagged them. He said this was a paid partnership with Kevin's, and Kevin's came out and they were like, no, it's not a grab. It's an attention grab, a try.
I mean, by the way, like, hey, man, that might work, but I love that the Bravo fan base is so intense that somebody reached out to Kevin's Natural Foods and says, by chance, you didn't really hire Jax Taylor, did you? And poor Kevin's social media person is like, no, we didn't. He's just a real big fan of Kevin's Natural Foods, and we love that for him, And I'm like, this is so sad on so many different levels, They
had to have a meeting about, like, think about it. They had to like strategize and be like, what's our take on Jax Taylor? Like, they probably had to look up his history and take a stance.
What if he is playing 4D chess with Kevin's Natural Foods and he's like, bet you need a social media manager. I almost was a social media manager for a hockey team in Tampa, and I would love to help you with the issue of me. Like, let's look at this from all different angles right now.
How can we sort me out?
Yeah, I don't know. So what's that?
Wait, you might like this. He still has, I took a screen recording. I don't know if I still have it.
Shop Jax's Closet?
No, it's a fitness thing. His like
his fitness app?
Fitness program. There's like 4 posts.
He had a fitness app way back in the day. And then I think somebody, but like, I think he let the URL lapse or something, and somebody bought it. And like, but do you know all about Shop Jax's Closet, right?
No. Is he like has a Poshmark account?
No, he first off has an Instagram account called Shop Jax's Closet. And let me try to find it because it's shop_Jax's JAXS_closet_. And he is selling all of these things. He has a Anthony Bourdain signed by Anthony Bourdain. DM if interested, does not include shipping. He has a Ghostbusters signed by Bill Murray. DM if like, but some of these he took off prices.
Well, mine is these tanning products that appear to be like a sample kit. Like, he got some samples and he's selling them for
Luna Bronze.
Luna, yeah.
Well, just to give you more information, somebody last week found his eBay account, because this stuff was a little out of my price range, but the eBay account has his toys and stuff like that. And so now I'm the proud owner of Jax's Rambo lunchbox from the 80s. And it cost me only $35. So I was being within a budget. And because I was like, that's so cool to have Jax's Rambo lunchbox. But then get this. I was first off not even expecting to get it. I was like, there's no way this guy goes to the post office. But he did go to the post office. And you guys, he put the return address of his actual house on the thing. And I was like, dude, like, come on, man. And that's when I was standing in his backyard last night, I felt so bad. I was like, you did this to yourself, man. Like, you don't give me that kind of information and I expect me not to do something with it. But the eBay has like what's scaring me, like, is he needing the money? Is Brittany making him sell these things? Like, this would be a great plot line on Vanderpump Rules.
It would be. You can get his Warhol type print.
Ariana's brother made that. So I think that's a slam at Tom and Ariana too.
Oh, good call. Good call. One of 2. He has 2 of these.
I'm gonna need 2 of these bad boys. Last night, because Ariana was still there, I DM'd Ariana. So I said, hey, will you take a picture with Jax at the wedding? And she's like, no. And I was like, okay. It's like, I love that there's still like this weirdly bad blood between all of these people. And it's all now behind the scenes, because you have Stassi, you have Jax and Brittany. Stassi's mad at Jax and Brittany. Jax and Brittany are mad at Stassi. Chris and Dodie broke up with their boyfriend. Like, it's all this weird thing that we're never going to see a lick
Yeah.
of on film, and yet they're still living in a reality show.
Well, and that's what was so great about that show, is that they were real relationships.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's when magic happens. What does
Well,
Kristen Doty do these days?
I think she has that t-shirt line, but I can't imagine, but still, like, I can't imagine, like, I mean, is that how good are t-shirts? I mean, like, I know even on my own, I make some Stop Sleeping with Tristan Thompson shirts. It's not like it does that great. Like, you know, and we do it through Threadless. It's like $25 or something. And we get $4.50. We get something ridiculous. Like we get $4.50 or something. And if there's ever a sale, our cut goes even lower. It is so, but we do it just for like the fun of it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can't imagine Doty's like sitting on like a t-shirt millionaire kind of thing.
I don't know. I mean, but it's not merch. So that's
no, it's just
so maybe
normal.
she has deals that we don't know about because it's like a brand that
they're that coveted, these shirts by women.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
We don't know. Maybe I have some from TJ Maxx. I haven't known. I don't know the name of the brands.
If she makes a deal with Old Navy, I'm going to be pissed. As we wrap up here, will you tell me some of your favorite Bravo moments of all time?
Oh God. I mean, Scary Island.
Just
sure.
As a whole, or
Just
is there a favorite scene? You know, is the go to sleep? Is there a favorite scene? And what did you think of Girls Trip too? I didn't even get to ask that.
I loved season 1 or installment 1, whatever. I thought Bluestone Manor was a little hard to watch. I did not think it was that fun.
Did you try watching it all a second time? Because when I watched it a second time, I enjoyed it so much more.
Okay, maybe I'll give it a whirl. I thought it was just, I just thought it was tough.
If you didn't like it the first time, please watch it all again.
I thought it was hard to watch because it's on Dorinda's turf. She was not the Dorinda that I missed.
It's not your TJ Maxx pal.
It's not my shopping buddy.
That's not my Dorinda, Priscilla says. You should reach out like, D, what's up? If you need an ear, like I'm here. Yeah. Just put the kid to bed. I would love to chat.
I think she needs it. I think she needs us to ground her.
I feel like she's ignoring us completely. I feel like we are all like, yo, Dorinda, you still have that problem that you had that last season. And she'll be like,
seems like it's worse.
It's so stressful having everybody at my house. And like, she just ignores it.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of what we saw was a year's worth of anticipation built up to like come back and deliver, and it backfired.
I know. Like, but I did read, I mean, I don't know, these Bravo rumors like fly so fast at you, you know, is that somebody did the Rhony legacy cast this week, and it was like Jill, Dorinda, Luann, Sonia, Kelly Ben Simone, and somebody that I'm forgetting. Ramona was not in there. And that was another thing that I heard this week, that Ramona is officially gone from Rhony, but that's not official through Bravo. It's just through people's, you know, sources and stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'd be okay with Ramona. Like, Ramona's done so much. There's like a bevy of like, there's so much material with her in it that I think it would be okay.
Yeah. I think, yes, we would be okay. And it is confirmed that there's a reboot, right? And the first woman has been cast. That is not.
That is totally confirmed. And it's a Rhony legacy and, you know, Rhony New Coke, you know? Okay. Yeah. By the way, that we said that should be that could be a meme. Like anyways. What else are you? Okay. So Scary Island, you always love watching. What are other comfort Bravo episodes or scenes for you?
Oh God. I wish I had prepared something. I just love it all. I mean, I think I'll tell you what I'll never watch is the Jersey seasons with the twins. I just skipped that, never went back. I don't regret it. It's like a black hole.
Oh my God. Like I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's best for everyone.
Oh, what did you think of Teresa's wedding?
Ridiculous. Oh my God. the hair. I mean,
was it you
that said that Melissa and Joe were hiding in her hair?
Yeah, I said Brady, Melissa and Joe are in Teresa's wedding hair. Yeah.
And it was exactly what she wanted. I mean,
No, I know she stood up for it, you know, like,
Yeah.
and that was, I mean, from
I worry
prison
so
to 1,500
much.
bobby pins.
Yeah.
By
She's
the way,
made
don't they
it.
try to like sneak in bobby pins in prison? And then maybe that's why she wanted
Probably.
so many of them, because she's like, I'm free to have as many bobby pins as I want here, you know?
It's a big
Um,
fuck you to the system.
yeah. Did you see their all the Grease honeymoon pics where they're like playing grab ass and all of them? It's like so
Yes. They're so
wild.
candid and natural. Like
So candid. And it's also like what it's cool for me is like there's not a bit of attractiveness in it for me at all. Like I don't look at it and go, damn, I want to be in love, or damn, it's nice bodies. Like there's not, I mean, they have nice bodies, but I'm like, there's nothing titillating. There's nothing, you know, it's just, it's like very tan skin.
It's very tan skin. And I heard they both got their lips done. Because I didn't even recognize Teresa. I thought it was Deandra. Like she just who doesn't look like Deandra from season 1 anymore. But like I just thought it was like crazy. But yeah, there's nothing aspirational going on there.
No, I mean, it's weird. It's like, are any women jealous of that wedding? Like, I'm glad she was happy. I'm glad she loved it, you know?
Yeah. I want to know what was said. I want to know what the fallout was. I want to know it all.
Wait, between Melissa and Joe.
Oh yeah. The whole season. I mean, like.
But even if you're the biggest Teresa stan ever, and I know she has so many stans or what, you know, like, can't we all just admit like she fucking treats Melissa like shit? I mean, are we allowed to say that?
And
or is
Joe,
that like,
yeah.
But I feel like people are like so offended, and I'm like, you have video proof, and like, well, she did this first, and I'm like, Teresa does it so much worse. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. And can't we also all agree that she shouldn't be marrying Louis? Like, shouldn't stans this isn't good?
Yeah, like, just because you stand somebody doesn't mean you agree with everything that they do, especially when there is a trail of ladies saying that this dude has a bunch of red flags, and like, he presents well, but so do a lot of scammers, you know, so do a lot of like, and no offense, I don't know Louis, but I have talked to the women some of the women that he had done things to, and they don't seem batshit crazy. I mean, like, listen, I know it's just weird.
It's hard. Yeah. And at least take some, like, protect yourself, or like take some time. Like, if this is really the right person, like take a little more time, take another year.
Like, I mean, like, why are we rushing into this thing? Like, if you're not going to do a prenup, let's just not do it at all. Like, let's just be Kurt and Goldie Hawn of like Bravo.
Exactly.
And finally, I just keep keeping you because I want to keep, this is what I do now. I actually invite people on the show that I just want to talk to again. It's not like, it's like, just, I don't want to make you, I miss you.
I miss you.
I miss you every day. Bro. I miss you, bro.
You never respond to my DMs because you don't know what my name is anymore.
Listen, who the fuck is It's P Cav? I'm not answering this.
Meanwhile, I'm like, you're doing so great, buddy.
I went to DM her. I'm like, bonjour, bitches. And I'm like, am I spelling bitches wrong? And what do you watch non-Bravo? Like, what else do you like? Do you watch scripted TV and all that stuff?
I do. We are late to the game with Ted Lasso, but I'm loving it. Oh my God, my mind just went blank.
You're in the first season?
I'm in the second season now. Okay. My non-Bravo comfort show is 30 Rock anytime. Like,
it's one of those things you can fall. Like, right now I'm in a habit of falling asleep to Seinfeld on Netflix, but 30 Rock used to be a fall asleep show for me where I could close my eyes and still see it in my head. And it was that way sleep, you know, but 30 Rock was one of those things you could put on at night and I loved it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's my big one.
Nothing besides Ted Lasso, though. Nothing new. You're not like a big House of Dragons.
We're going to watch it. Head. Yeah. We're watching it. It's fine. Yeah. I mean, I scroll while it's on and then I'm like, what's going on? And my husband's like, well, if you paid attention. And I'm like, well, it's hard to follow.
Where's the dragon? That's what I need to know. What children's shows do you have to watch? Because
Bluey, I love Bluey. Dude, I saw do a new
podcast. Yeah, I do Bluey. I was so charmed by this show, Bluey, you guys. And we talked about in the first episode of the What the Kids Are Watching pod. And I was like, whoa, they're making stuff like this for kids where it kind of works for adults, but it has a lot of heart to it. The voices are super cute. The animation I was like, is it am I on a watch list if I keep watching Bluey without a kid?
No, it's just a good show. And they call it the Seinfeld of children's shows, apparently.
Is that what did you see that thing on Disney Plus that they initially cut out an episode overseas where the dad was farting a lot and Disney Plus said it did not represent their values. And there was such a backlash that this week they put the episode up.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to watch it. But yeah, Bluey, Coco Melon, unfortunately.
I keep Coco Melon's on the list of shows that we have to cover eventually. And
it's creepy as hell.
A lot of people have that same reaction. Did you do Booba?
No, I haven't done Booba.
On Netflix. It's like Russian anime. I didn't care for it. You're not at the age range yet for Paw Patrol, are you?
She's a little bit interested in it. My niece, who's about 7 months older, is like crazy about Paw Patrol. So yeah, she dabbles, but right now it's Bluey and Coco Melon, and Pink Fong, which is Baby Shark, basically.
Wait, I'm sorry. Excuse me. What?
Pink Fong is
the Pink Fong.
Yeah, it's the origin of Baby Shark.
Baby Shark isn't just called Baby Shark Show. It's called Pink Fong.
My understanding is that it's a song from a show called Pink Fong. I could be wrong, but that's the only.
Does this have anything to do with the TikTok challenge of like pink sauce that we're selling?
I don't think so.
No. Wait, what about Puppy Dog Pals?
No.
I just had to watch that this week. We're doing like a whole puppy thing, like Paw Patrol, Puppy Dog Pals. Okay. And Puppy Dog Pals was created by, do you remember Harlan Williams, the comedian? He was like remember in There's Something About Mary when like Ben Stiller goes out and takes a piss and all of a sudden he bumps over it's like all these guys in the woods. And like he was in Dumb and Dumber. He was
Harlan Williams.
Yeah.
The guy that's he's in everything.
He created this cartoon that's huge on Disney Junior called Puppy Dog Pals that has like 130 episodes. He created it. He writes it. He voices it.
Good for him.
I had no idea. And I got to talk to him this week on the other pod. And I was like, dude, I know I went and saw you at the Tempe Improv doing stand-up 20 years ago. Like I was scared you were going to like do audience interactions, and anyways, it was so wild. And it was like kind of inspiring because I was like, wow, like this guy is being able to and he, turns out the guy was like a children's illustrator. Anyways, go listen to the other pod for that. Priscilla, I know this was just such a all over the place conversation, but I love that. And thank you. And you are so talented. You are so great. Even though you did change your name from Bonjour Bitches blog to @its PCAV, KAV, which will be in the notes, but also go support the shop, you guys. Go check that out. Like, I mean, honestly, that's probably a good place to get gifts as well as the holiday season comes around. And what we should do is we should plan something out a little bit better and do like a holiday special scene for the holidays. Like, since you have an acting background as well. I do. And we could do the toy soldier thing. What's the toy soldier thing? The New York Rhony? Yeah. Yes, that'd be great. There's got to be an iconic scene in there. We should reach out to Dorinda and see if she wants to play herself. She wants to play herself. I can tell you this right now. I want you to get on Dorinda like you did Craig with those masks. Except be in the holiday special. Be in the holiday special. No, I don't want to be in the holiday. I'll reach out to Dorinda's sister, family. Oh my God. Wait, what is Dorinda's sister's name? Wasn't it Melinda? Like Melinda? Yeah, Melinda and Dorinda. She's awesome. Now that I would watch like a buddy cop show of those two. Oh, could you imagine the shit that they talk when they're going around the Berkshires, telling ghost stories? Berkshires is like haunted as hell, and there was like a UFO that everybody saw in the Berkshires and stuff in like the 90s or something. I want to see Dorinda's storage for all of those decorations and stuff that she has. Yeah. Anyways, okay. Anyway, Priscilla Kavanaugh, you guys, go follow her account. You probably already do, but if you don't, go follow it. It is worth it. And it's so much more than just Bravo. So I can highly recommend it. We only did the tip of the iceberg. So thank you for coming. Thank you for doing this last minute. I think DM'd us. I was like, hey, can you come on the podcast? Because that's what happens. This was if I get comments. It was in comments. In comments. Yeah. That's even, I was like, hey, what's your address? Like, well, because and then DMs, I'm like, why do people send me shit? I don't understand. I'm getting potatoes. Lost. I get so lost in DMs. So anyways, okay, you guys. Thank you, Priscilla. Anything else to support you on besides the account and the store?
No, just find me, love me. I love you. Love you right back.
We got. Make sure you come up to her and
Just
love her.
go there,
If you,
just love on me.
just feel
I'm a
free to
middle
love on
child.
her.
I need it more than most.